Yo, welcome back to Just Kicking It. I go by Polo Show, and I'm with the homie
Soy.
And yeah, we're here to talk some hip hop. So before we get started, this is Just Kicking It, episode 43. Make sure we are artists, first and foremost. My artist name is Polo Show. You can find me on all streaming platforms. I just released my debut studio album, Determination. Make sure to check that out and stream that up. What about you, Soy?
You can find me on any streaming platform. Just look up On the Search for More. My artist name is Soy. That's capital S, capital O, capital Y. Look up that album and it'll be really easy to find me. Yeah.
Word. So yeah, if you're listening to this podcast on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button so you're notified when we drop new episodes. Also, make sure to drop a comment and like. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you listen to podcasts, make sure to follow the podcast and give us a 5-star rating if you can. Also, we are going to talk more about this later on in the podcast, but we are going to be changing the location for this podcast. The podcast will probably still be out on Spotify and everything in the same way you can find it, but it will be on a different YouTube channel. I think it's going to be the YYC Hip Hop Daily YouTube channel. And we're also going to be shifting locations. We're actually going to be recording the podcast in the same room. So production value is going to definitely go up as well. So look forward to all that and more. Without further ado, let's get started with episode 43. So in the global world of hip hop, Jake Paul and Ben Askren. I feel like this is not directly hip hop related, but this is this is big news.
Snoop was there.
Yeah, Snoop was there. This happened last night?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I didn't watch it, so it sounds like you watched it, but it was very uneventful because the knockout happened in the first round. But how'd it go?
It was definitely. I was pretty invested because I was really enjoying the Ben Askren was super entertaining because he's honest and he's super self-aware. But yeah, he got knocked out pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie. He got destroyed. I think they could have kept it going.
It looked like a technical knockout. It looked like he was standing back up. He was stand quick enough.
I'm not sure how that goes, but I guess the ref just called it because he was wobbling. So he's just hey, you're gonna die.
That's a technical knockout. Damn.
So yeah. So he lost, man. And that's just what it is. And Jake Paul actually he talked a big game and then he backed it up. So hopefully he starts fighting some legitimate boxers. Because everyone he's fought so far has a handicap. Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty entertaining. It was obviously so funny because Snoop Dogg and Pete Davidson were talking, and Pete Davidson's a comedian on SNL, but he's super funny, and he was just he just didn't know what was going on, and and Snoop looks at him, he's like, Jake, what? Or he's like, what's his name? Shoot, Pete, what do you think of the fight? And then he's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. He's they're both just stoned. It was super funny. It was very entertaining.
Smoking weed, where they were?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
It's Snoop, bro. You don't, he pulls out a joint, you pull out one too.
In the contract, if you want Snoop to come and do anything, any kind of hosting or anything, that's the first condition, you will supply the marijuana.
Yeah.
It would be cool for us to smoke, then we can talk about it.
Yeah. But no, it was super fun. It was only a minute and he lost. But even after the fight, I watched the post thing. I watched Ben Askren and he's like, yeah, I'm pretty much done with fighting. I just got a really big check, so I'm gonna go put that in the bank and then coach boxing. I'm like, dude, this guy is awesome. He doesn't give a shit.
Damn.
He's just unaffected. Definitely disappointed in his.
He's gonna go coach boxing?
Or not boxing, wrestling, sorry.
I was like, get the fuck out of here, man. This is your one career fight. You got knocked out Under the second, now you're gonna be a coach.
Yeah.
What student?
How to get fucked up.
What student is gonna come into your gym and say, "Oh, I'm gonna train with you. You're the best in the world."
Dude, the funniest comment I heard is Snoop. Ben Askren was fighting like this. I don't know if you can't see me and you're just listening, think of like those 50s boxers. And then I just hear Snoop and he's like, Ben looks like one of those. He looks like one of those old-timey 50s boxers with his old-ass stance. He's going to have to switch it up.
It looked like, so did he not do any kind of like boxing training?
He did, but I mean, how much can you really do in 3 months versus someone who's been doing it for 3 years?
Enough to at least get the stance down, fam. Like, dude. If you did it for 3 months and you got in there with still, like, imagine being the coach that trained you for 3 months, just on the side, like watching that stance, like, fuck.
Yeah. What are you doing? Dude, it's crazy. It was like the whole time you could probably hear him be like, come here, put him up, see? And it was like, it was so funny, man.
Yeah, well, damn. So Jake Paul's knocked out 2 guys now. Good for him.
3.
Who was the third guy?
I think he has 3 technical knocks. I think it was the first fight with a YouTuber named Deji. I'm pretty sure.
Get the fuck. So it looks like this is his thing, is not to fight boxers. Just knock out people in other professions.
Oh, you're a landscaper?
Throw some gloves on. Let's get in the ring. Like,
no. Hopefully he fights a legitimate boxer. I do think if he fights legitimate boxers, he should fight like not the best, because I don't think he'll have a chance against like the best, the guys that have been doing it for 10 plus years. You're not winning. You're just not. It's just a time thing. Like if you
guys can take punches as well. Like what I saw when I watched that, I was like, this guy did not come ready to get knocked in the head.
Yeah.
Like that's what that
like
was.
What the fuck? Yeah. Well, he hit him with a body shot, and then he looks like he was. I think he realized at that moment he's like, oh shit. But yeah,
I think I saw someone like comment on Instagram, because I saw the clip, and the comment was like, yo, this fake. Like, so someone's like saying that this was acted out.
Yeah.
Is that a speculate? Have you heard that?
I mean, you're going to hear that anything. You're going to hear that in like literally anything that ever happens. Be like, this is fake.
It seems like Jake Paul has enough money to, orchestrate this whole fight.
Yeah.
And get this guy to take the L.
I don't know. I think he hit him with a pretty clean. It looked like Ben was just not ready. Honestly,
that could have been it as well. I don't know. I was just bringing that up. While we're on the topic of fighting or fights, did you see that? What's his name? Poirier. What's his first name?
Dustin Poirier.
Dustin Poirier versus McGregor. Number 3 is happening.
When was that announced?
I think I just saw a poster for that on the UFC YouTube. But yeah, that's happening. I think it's either June or July. But yeah, man. So they've fought each other twice now. And the first time McGregor got it. The second time Dustin got it, which was recently. And yeah, so it's looking like I feel like at the last one, Conor was very humbled. Like Conor wasn't talking his shit, and even like Dustin, even though he won, he was still like, he wasn't like, yo, I'm the shit now. He was just like, yo, Conor got me the last time, I got him this time. Looks like we need to get one more to like confirm it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Huh?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I'm looking forward to this. I do appreciate. I'd rather watch UFC than watch boxing, because there's just so much more happening, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to that, and I guess we're looking forward to the Logan Paul or Money Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight.
I don't know if I'm looking forward to it, but I'm gonna watch it.
We'll see. We'll definitely be talking about it. But on to our next topic here. So Conway the Machine, 1/3 of Griselda Records, is back with a new project. I think this project actually dropped on his own label, Drumwork. And yeah, the project is called La Máquina, which is the machine in Spanish. So you said you check out a couple of tracks.
Yep. I'm a big Conway fan. Honestly, I don't know if there's a project I haven't enjoyed. There's some projects I've listened to where I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to return to this, but I liked listening to it. Like the one he did with Alchemist, I thought was really good, but I didn't really return to it. But then there was another one he did where there was one called Fake Love. There's a song on there called Fake Love.
With Freddie Gibbs?
Following the honor fake love. I don't know if Freddie's on that one. I think he is on that album though. But it's like an EP, and that was really great. I loved his album. That was one of my favorite albums that year. So I'm never gonna not listen to a project. I kind of wish he would wait a little longer, and I think I would prefer if he put out his Shady debut. But he has a bar on there where he's like, I'm still getting checks from Shady, and then so he's pretty happy with the deal, I assume. But yeah, there's a few songs on there. There's one that has like a super trap beat, and I'm pretty sure JID's on it. And he's kind of using a JID flow. So I thought that was cool to hear him in that world. And of course, JID was just like effortlessly doing his own flow that he does. There's someone else on there too, maybe 2 Chainz. But yeah, there's also the obviously the West Side Gun and Benny the Butcher is the last song. I had to listen. The beat is really basic, but it's just, it's what they do. They're just rapping at a super high level. And it's like, I'm never going to get tired of that. But yeah, I'm going to give it a full listen throughout this week. I just didn't get a lot of time to do it yesterday. So yeah.
Word, I'll definitely check it out as well, man. I think I've heard every Conway project. Sometimes I'm pretty late on it, but I'll always check it out. Because yeah, Griselda's dope. So yeah, on to our next new project release, YSL, which is Young Stoner Life. That's what that stands for, is Young Thug's record label. And so on the record label, we got cats like Gunna. That's really all I can mention. I don't know. They have like a whole picture on the cover art, but that's the only person I know. But hopefully someone else knows like who else is on that label. I literally
someone knows. Yeah,
there's like 20 people on the cover. I only recognize Gunna. Maybe Lil Baby's in the cover. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's kind of the vibe. This is definitely going to be an auto-tune project. It's going to be all the auto-tune statesmen. I'm sure there's a Travis Scott feature. There's a Drake feature on this project. I listened to that track. It's called Solid. Sounding all right. So yeah, this is definitely the auto-tune wave, rap. I have not listened to only the Drake song, but I definitely am going to go through a lot more of it. How do you feel about this? Is this something you're going to check out?
Yeah, definitely. I actually really like Gunna. His music is like, it really gets me like, it makes me want to like grind. It's like good workout music. Young Thug is pretty hit or miss for me. Some projects I listen to, I'm like, that was fire. And then some projects I listen to, it's just kind of depends where my head's at the time. But he's definitely super talented. Yeah, I'll probably give it a full listen. I like the auto-tune wave. Now that it's like its own lane, I think you can kind of I can listen to a Conway and a Young Thug album and kind of get 2 different hip hops. So
that's dope.
I'll never say no to people being creative in their own way.
Word. Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely check it out as well. So on to our next topic here. NBA YoungBoy. His girlfriend rumored to be pregnant with his 8th child. So NBA YoungBoy, for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure he's currently locked up. He is for, I think they had like him for gun possession or something recently.
Right.
So yeah, he's currently in jail. And prior to him being in jail, he was dating Yaya Mayweather. Yeah. Mayweather's daughter. And he did get her pregnant. I remember everyone was trolling her on Twitter. Like, yeah, this guy literally got 6 kids. How you gonna be baby mama number 7 and think you can be any different? And, obviously she was defending him and all that stuff. Anyways, here we are a couple months later or the next year. This girlfriend is not Yaya Mayweather. This is some other girl. So this eighth child is with another girl that came after Mayweather. So yeah, I guess how do we feel about this, man? Like, how do we feel that this guy whose name is literally Young Boy has 8 kids? Like,
Oh man, yeah. He. I mean, that's insane. I can't even imagine having one. 8? That's a lot of money. That's also like a lot of responsibility if you're there.
yeah,
But
that's a different.
he's in jail right now.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it just sounds like irresponsible conduct to me. Unless he's like really like loves his children and he's, I could be totally mischaracterizing him. He could definitely be there for his kids and they could love him.
Yep.
And I'm not sure, I don't know the
I
full
think I saw
extent.
Academics said, because Academics interviewed NBA Youngboy, and he said this on Complex, like on Everyday Struggle a while back, just that when he talked to NBA Youngboy and like spoke to him honestly, he was just like, NBA Youngboy told him like, yo man, like I have all these kids, but I'm just not a dad yet. You know what I mean? I'm just not.
What the hell, man?
Still like, I need to grow into that role is what he's saying. So obviously he's like,
bro.
he's a successful rapper and whatnot. All his baby mamas are obviously probably, getting their child support. So that's why he's able to be in prison right now. But
Man,
yeah, I feel like he's like he said, like, man, look in Google how old this guy is, dude. Like NBA.
that's not cool, man. Come on. No one's ever ready.
He's 21, bro. This guy was born in 1999.
He's 21,
Yeah.
8 kids.
That means like whenever this interview with Academics was, he probably was 18. You know what I mean? Like on child number 5 or whatever.
Man, that's so irresponsible.
Yeah.
And that's so unfair to the kids, bro.
That is true. That is very true.
I don't know.
I don't
Wanna
know.
make sure-
I feel like there was honesty to what he said there. Like the way Academics said it was like, it wasn't like, yo, I'm not. It's just like he was just saying like he knows he still has to grow into the role. You know what I mean? He's not like,
Oh, it wasn't saying that he's not really there.
yeah, it wasn't just like, that's what I was trying to say.
Oh, my bad.
He was just saying like, yo, I know I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I think like
Oh, he's just self-aware.
the question was like, yo, how are you? Like, yo, how are you at balancing everything and being a dad to these many kids? And like I think he just gave a straightforward answer, like, yo, I think I still got to grow into the role. And yeah, that makes sense. But
That makes sense.
I think this is still like responsibility at the end of the day. Obviously NBA Youngboy could be making better decisions in his life for sure. His music career is going well. Like he has like one of the craziest like YouTube followings. Like all his albums are always gonna chart just based off his fan base.
Right.
So he's definitely got a great career going. So I think he just needs to focus up. But on a side note, to all the players listening, wrap that shit up. Don't be on number 8. Damn, that's crazy. That's stress, bro. I can't imagine waking up and having 8 kids, bro.
That'd be the worst. It'd be a blessing, but it'd be, if it's like, oh, that's just too much, man. That's so much responsibility just for one.
Imagine sleeping and waking up in like a different timeline or a different, universe where still the same stuff, but maybe you've met the girl, that you're married to, and you're in the bed, and you guys get up and 8 kids run into the room in the morning. You know what I mean? Like now you. How do you not just like hang your head and be like, I think.
Yeah. Gun on the dresser, just staring at it. No, that's too far.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah. Yeah, guys, wrap that shit up. Be careful out here. 8 is definitely a lot. On to our next topic here. Our final topic for the global. So Kid Cudi in dress on SNL. So Kid Cudi recently made an SNL, did an SNL performance. And I don't know what songs he performed, but most notably, he was wearing a dress. He was wearing a definitely a summer dress. He just had the thin straps over his shoulder. You know what I mean? I think it was even floral as well. Yeah, what explanation is there for this, man? Do you know, Soy?
I don't know. I don't understand the meaning behind rappers wearing dresses. It keeps happening, and you keep seeing guys in dresses, and I don't know what they're trying to. I don't know what they're trying to say, because at the end of the day, I don't really care what someone wears, and so it doesn't really change my view of anything. It's just like, okay, you wore a dress, cool. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know what the deeper message is supposed to be.
Yeah, I think he was just cloud chasing, fam. I think that's all it was. Nothing more to it. I think, yeah, I think he was just going on SNL. It seems so long after his album dropped to be going on SNL, right? You usually
Right.
go on SNL a week or two after your album. So it seems so long ago. But I just think he needed to just draw some attention to himself, and he wore that dress because we're talking about it now, you know? I don't know if we
Yeah.
were talking about that performance if he was wearing jeans, you know? So here we are. I don't know what he performed though. I don't know if the dress took away from what he was performing. But I don't know, man. I just feel like there's no part of me that thinks this is cool. You know, like anyone can wear what they want to wear, but like I'm just, and I feel like hip hop has the power to make anything cool. You know what I mean? And that's definitely the appeal of hip hop. But it's like if that's what he's trying to do here is like, yo, all you guys need to start wearing dresses. It's the next wave. Then I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah. So keep doing you, Kid Cudi. But yeah, I feel like this was definitely a cloud chasing thing because he's not gonna wear a dress and show up to any other interview. He's not gonna show up to drink tramps in a dress. You know,
This is for hip hop.
he's
Why?
gonna roast the fuck out of you there. Like,
No. Hopefully, it gets people to listen to his album because I still do listen to songs off Metal.
that's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. That this is what you're doing to get people to listen to your albums. Where you know, hopefully, if I have to wear a dress, like I don't want the listeners that are going to come and check out my album because I was wearing a dress. You know what I mean? Like those aren't the fans I want. Like,
Let's see what this guy's about.
yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it was just a marketing tactic gone wrong.
Yeah.
Because yeah, maybe if we see a music video and he's going hard with the dress again, then we know it's a lifestyle choice now. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was just like this SNL, like, yo, what can we do? You just brainstorming with your PR guy or lady, and you know, she's like, I got it. You wear a dress. You know what I mean? You're paying her like $100 an hour for that idea. That's the top person in the industry. Like,
My mind. Yeah, no. I don't know, dude. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't see anyone going to listen to his album after this. I feel like people are just gonna be like, why'd you wear a dress? And then they'll just talk about the dress.
that's what I'm saying.
Anything that takes away from the music.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, yo, you're like, if it gets people to listen to his album, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, what plot? No, man. You don't want the people that are gonna listen to your album because they saw you in a dress. Like, you don't want that. Those aren't all your fans. But yeah. Shout out Kid Cudi though. You know, it's all love. The music, the album was dope. I'm sure the performance was dope. I just like saw it.
Yeah.
I was
He
like,
probably did some good songs.
but yeah, that concludes our global news.
Awesome. On to national. So for national, first topic, we have Texas House approves bill that would allow people to carry a gun without a license. So we wanted to bring this up because, you know, there's a lot of bad stuff going on right now as far as guns, and it's just really strange that they would make this a priority with everything going on.
I feel like when I saw whatever, because they said like for a year there was no mass shooting in the States, right? And they said it was definitely due to the pandemic because people were locked down for the most part, can't be going into places to shoot people in masses. But we saw the first one happen recently. right now. There's been like 3. When the first one happened, I saw like a thing on CNN of like Ted Cruz just saying, like, maybe he was speaking to a house of people, just saying like every fucking time, or not even saying that, but like every time this mass shooting happens, we blame it on, the gun law. We have to change the gun law. But it's like, we have civil people with guns every time, just making this argument, like, yo, just making the argument you can't, like, what it's almost, you have these two people whenever this shit happens in the States. You have the people that are like, yo, we should do more about gun laws so that this doesn't happen again. And you have the people that are like, yo, it doesn't matter what the law is, these psychopaths are still gonna get guns and do their thing. You're just making it harder for people that are gonna abide the law to get guns. And I feel like that's how Texans see it. So this is just like a fuck you to the rest of the states. It's just like every time a mass shooting happens, you guys are trying to tighten up, making it hard to get guns. Well, fuck that shit. We're not waiting for the next shooting to happen. Everyone can get guns. Fuck a license.
You probably still have to get approved for actual gun.
No,
because there
bro.
is.
No, bro. Like, this is what this says, and you can open this. Like, I read a bit of the art. Texas House approves bill that would allow people to carry a gun without a license. That's exactly what it means. It means you can go into the shop. The dude doesn't do any background check. He can sell you a gun, and you can just put it on your hip and go to McDonald's.
That can't be true.
That's what I'm joking, bro. That's what we're reading here. That's just, you're like, well, what? Yes, bro.
Where are we living?
You will not
is
see me
Mad
in
Max?
Texas, bro.
Tom Hardy's is at the registry. That movie's flames.
Let's see if we can find an article about this, because this is it's pretty serious. I think the thinking here is that, for a Texan that is about this, the thinking is that even if a psychopath walked into my place of business threatening to mass shoot, I have my shit on me. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't have to have a license on me that day to have my shit on me. So like,
bro, this is gonna be like the wild, wild west.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's not the solution to a problem. It means like anytime a mass shooting is about to happen, there's just gonna be opposing fire now.
Yeah, everyone has a gun. Little kids are like.
All right, so I found the.
Man, that seems surreal to me. I don't know, man.
House Bill 1927 will nix the requirement for Texas residents to obtain a license to carry handguns if they are not prohibited by state or federal law possessing a gun. Texas state or federal law will probably mean, if they do have some kind of previous like federal or state thing. And I think like Biden as well is trying to put some restrictions, like tighten the restrictions. So if those restrictions don't affect the person, then yes, you can just go without a license, man. You could literally enter a store and have a history of mass shooting. You know what I mean? And the guy selling it, the guy selling it has no obligation to question you or anything like that. You know what I mean?
That's such a bad. What kind of history is that?
I hope if you have a history of mass shooting, you're not just on the streets.
You're dead. Yeah.
Federal law. Texans under current state law must generally be licensed to carry handguns, either openly or concealed. So that's the current law. You have to have a license to carry a handgun. This new law being passed means no more license.
That's insane.
That's literally what that means. No more.
That's the opposite direction. It should be, why would.
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of like discussion on this, and there is like I feel like there is a good way to do this. That just sounds like going in the wrong direction. The law is literally called 1926.
House Bill 1927, spearheaded by State Rep Matt Shear Tyler, would nix the requirement for Texan residents to obtain a license to carry handguns. They are not operated in Texans under current state. This bill should be called common sense carry, Schaefer said as he laid out the bill Thursday. He described a scenario in which 2 women, one who had time and resources to obtain a license to carry and another who did not, went for walks in different neighborhoods, arguing that the latter did not feel safe or well equipped to protect their family. You hearing that?
Yeah. But that's that's a horrible state to be in.
But this is
That's
what I'm
all.
thinking. You are thinking from the perspective of the person who is pro-gun. You're like, there are these two women
Yeah.
that they're both walking in dangerous neighborhoods. One had time to go and get her license, and so she can have a gun on her and she can feel comfortable in that neighborhood. Whereas the other one has not had time to go get a license. So even though she can go get a gun, it's just the process to go get a license will just make it too long for it. So she's walking through these neighborhoods, more dangerously. So they're like, we've made it now more easier for this lady, who doesn't have
No.
time. But that's what I'm saying.
No.
That's how. But also that's how they're seeing it. But this is the other side of it that we know. You have now made it easier for the scum of the underworld, to not have to use burner phones to get guns from your guy. Like now they can just walk into a store like, I have no license, give me a gun.
Yo, I'll meet you at the Gap. Yeah.
So
Dude.
yeah, like that's what this means now. It's like you've made it, but the license thing made it so I'm sure as a gun person, people walk inside all the time and you got to turn them down and be like, bro, I know you're not going hunting with this gun. Like these questions,
Yeah.
like,
You want a Glock for a deer?
he's asking questions like, yo, what pierces better through human flesh?
Oh, you're gonna want to get the 1927. This is the greatest gun we have here. These bullets are 25,000 caliber. They'll kill any grown man. No problem. Here you go. $25. It's yours.
Can I see your license? He's like, sorry, sir, I have none. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's how we go.
No license, no problem.
His business would go up for these guys. But man, this is scary. When I saw this, I'm like, bro, I can't drive through Texas now. That's what this means.
Man,
I won't
if
never
we do,
there.
we got to get the gun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can.
If we ever have a show there, we all got to get Glocks and we all got to just like, I don't know.
I don't know if I want to carry a gun, bro. Like, fuck. Why would I? It's fucking. Nah, I don't. I think I would just not go to Texas, bro. Because this seems, at least as a black man, knowing that all these trigger happy, fucking unlicensed people. When I think of a licensed gun person, at least you went through you had to do some kind of proper holding training. You had to, they did a criminal background check on you.
Yeah.
But now it's like literally the other 50% of the population that's not that now have guns. You know what I mean? So I can't pull through that city ever, bro. Literally everyone in your audience when you're on stage might have a gun. That's what this means.
The show's outdoors. You can't check the guns. You can take their phones, but not the guns. Yeah, no. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Now, yeah, you got to wear a bulletproof vest nowadays if you perform.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I was watching in Defiant Ones. I remember when they started dealing with Tupac and then Suge Knight and all the wars started going on between East and West. Like Jimmy Iovine would like drive like maybe their Escalade would come pick them up. And then like before they would leave the car to enter the building, like he would make himself, his daughters or his children and his wife, like all wear like bulletproof vests. Mm-hmm. And his wife just like asked him one day, like, yo, when did it get this serious? Like you're making music, bro. Like why are we like, when did it get this serious? But yo, that's when they were dealing with some shit we didn't understand.
Yeah. Man, crazy times. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comment section. Just give us a comment about these gun regulations. Do you think they're crazy? Are you moving to Texas now? What's going on? So for the next topic, we have final topic for national is going to be vaccine recall. Johnson & Johnson, the vaccine has been recalled. I believe people were actually getting sick and it was causing blood clots, if I'm correct.
It's primarily the blood clots. I think they had said, and I think it's either Johnson & Johnson or AstraZeneca, so I might be wrong. But for the sake of the conversation, I think it's like they said they had done about 700 doses in Canada, and only 2 people have gotten these like brain blood clots they're talking about. You know, so I mean, 2 out of 700,000 is crazy. But with that being said, if you told me you're about to inject me with this thing that had that stats, I'd be like, come on, bro. Like, you don't have anything else you can give me. So that's why it's being recalled. I mean, it's not just blood clots. They're saying it's like brain blood clots, man. Like that's, I don't even know what that is. That sounds scary. That sounds worse than COVID, bro. Like,
dude, that does sound worse. It sounds like a worse disease.
So yeah, and I know it's the same issue. I don't know if it's brain blood clots specifically, but it's the same issue with AstraZeneca. So they've said same thing. The numbers are like 700,000, maybe like 3 to 5 people have gotten it. But that number is so big. 700,000 minus 5 is still pretty close to 700,000. You know, like so.
Yeah.
It's still a pretty huge number. And I was listening on the radio, Global News. They were just saying like whoever the doctor is for our province is like, you should still get vaccinated. Like it's still like, even if whatever they're offering you, like you should still take it because like the chances are really low. But you are seeing this. So we're seeing this recall for Johnson and Johnson because of the brain blood clots. Do you think that? Okay, but based on these stats, I'm asking you, 2 out of 700, would you take J&J vaccine?
No. Well, first, I wouldn't take it because it's also like the 89% just makes me mad.
Yeah.
And out of principle, I refuse.
89% and I could get a blood clot?
Yeah, like what is the risk? You're taking a risk? No.
Is it an 11% chance I'm still going to get COVID?
Yeah. Like what the fuck? My mom actually got both the vaccines. She lives in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And she said after her second one, she was feeling super ill. My immediate thought was anger and disdain for
What did she get?
vaccines. I actually don't know the specific one, but it was 2, and it's like the really, really good version. She's over 60, so she gets it early. But yeah, she was telling me that she got really ill and she's in bed and she's just gonna rest. And I definitely was pretty upset because obviously that's my mom, and any type of pain, I'm just like fuck. But yeah. So, but I've heard it's pretty common with that one.
Yeah, I mean, because it's that's how vaccines work, right? Like, you're supposed to emulate. I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking act like.
Well, apparently that's the difference. Is this is not the typical vaccine. It's like first of its kind, where it's kind of giving you new. Dude, I'm so fucking uneducated right now. But.
Yeah, I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I think I know what you're saying. It's like proteins and stuff is inside it. But yeah, well, for me, I wouldn't take the J&J because of the blood clot thing and because of the 89%. I'm seeing the AstraZeneca. This is the same thing. I don't know if they've recalled it yet, but there's literally pharmacies now. I heard again on Global News, like there's 26 pharmacies in Calgary offering the vaccine on a walk-in basis. So I think that's what they're giving out is probably AstraZeneca. And AstraZeneca is pretty high as well. Like they say, like it takes effect in about like a week. And I think it is 90% after the first shot and 90 something after the second. But I think that's the issue is that it has been, this specific one, AstraZeneca, has been linked to blood clots as well.
Man, for real? What the hell?
So, but with that being said, everyone in Nigeria is taking AstraZeneca. I think Nigeria is almost fully vaccinated because I think that company was just down to fucking ship it there, and like they didn't like fucking Nigeria didn't have a rollout like here where like, oh, these people of this age group, like these people of this work or not. Everyone just come through and get this fucking vaccine. Everyone from kids to so my grandma's been vaccinated, and like that's good. So afterwards, it was after they probably rolled out the first 100,000 that they were like, yeah, this AstraZeneca has been linked to blood clots for people over 50. So that was kind of scary. But
you definitely don't want that for the elderly.
Yeah.
You got to take care of them, man. I can't believe how many people are so willing to let them die, man. Like, you got to fucking, it's just not, like I don't ever want to get in a position, and this is going to be off tangent. This is going to be on a tangent, but I don't know if you feel the same way. About like if my dad dies first or something, and then my mom's like old and decrepit and can't really, like, I'm going to have her like live in my place, or like my brothers will take care of her instead of like putting her in like a home or something, you know? I don't know. Sometimes I see people like talk about that stuff and they just kind of ship away the old people, and like it's like putting someone in a place to die, and it's just like, how is that? It just seems unfair to me. But they're also getting care. I don't know. It kind of.
I feel like it just comes down to like what you can handle, like what you can accommodate. Like obviously, if that was the situation, then yeah, everyone would probably try to take care of their parents. But usually, I feel like what usually happens is like it just doesn't work. Like the balance of, like you might not be home all day, right? And they do need like 24/7 care.
Not being able to hire someone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just seeing the two sides of the situation, right? It's not always evil. That's definitely usually the situation. Is like, yo, just drop her off there. Fuck it, we'll get the house. But like, there's definitely the other side of it where it's like we don't have the resources to take care of her or whatever. We can visit her as much as we want if we go there. But I sure as hell don't want to end up in a fucking home, bro. So
yeah. But yeah. So that's it for national news. On to our local.
On to our local news. So yeah, got some big news here. We actually did talk about this on the podcast before, but we are opening up a studio here, 17 Ave, Southeast Calgary. Dope spot. It's a basement suite. We have a live room, a vocal booth, and a control room. And yeah, so this is going to be the new home of the podcast. We're going to be doing the podcast in the studio space, so we'll be doing it in the same room, not on Zoom. So that's definitely going to increase the production value of the podcast. And another thing is we're also going to change the the podcast location, at least for YouTube. So right now, this podcast, the video drops on the YouTube channel, Lifted One Records. It will start dropping on the YYC Hip Hop Daily YouTube channel, which I still have to create, probably starting next week. Yeah, so the thinking behind that is that this is really a music channel. This is like our artist channel, so we're going to be dropping more music videos, more exclusive content related to music on the Lifted Ones channel. And then YYC Hip Hop Daily, we're trying to just keep it like, content that's created in the vein of hip hop, right? And yeah, I think the podcast would thrive there as well. So we just asked that if you are a regular of the podcast on the Lifted One Records YouTube channel, you definitely subscribe to the YYC Hip Hop Daily YouTube channel. We'll probably make an announcement in the next podcast or before. I'll figure out how to do that. But yeah, that's kind of the news I had. Did you want to add to that, Soy?
No, I'm just honestly, man, I'm just super excited for this next step, and it'll be fun to be in studio and have like a set and like kind of do this for real. But yeah, it'll be really fun because we can literally record a podcast and then go make music. It's pretty badass. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. Stay tuned for more news, guys. And yeah, on to our artist motivation. Just look here. So I'm reading out of my book of idioms. All right. Today's one is to find wisdom, stoop, do not soar.
Find wisdom.
To find wisdom, stoop, do not soar.
What does that mean?
What does it mean to stoop?
Just what is the meaning behind
Yeah,
that?
I don't know, man. I usually just say this stuff and I'm like, yo, let's figure it out together. But I
All
think
right, I'll
that
try and speculate.
I think like to stoop is like, obviously to go low. So I'm not gonna stoop to your level. And obviously to soar is, to fly. So to soar. So supposed to see I'm like to find wisdom, stoop, do not soar.
Do not.
It's almost as if like humble yourself, like to find like if you're entering a new field that you know nothing about, humble yourself, stoop down to like the beginner level and absorb what you can because that's what's gonna help you soar. But if you come in with that ego, like, yeah, I'm the best, I'm gonna be flying here in no time, you're gonna fail.
You will fail, dude. That is very true.
So word, that is our artist motivation for today. So do you want to take us away with that conclusion?
Absolutely. This has been Just Kicking It, episode 43.
Yes.
Episode 43. And yeah, that was fun. That was a fun show. Pretty short. I don't even know how long that was, but yeah, if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's at the only true soy. And then you can find me on Facebook. Look up Soy. My real name is Sawyer Harkness. I'll be posting on there more regularly. And yeah, anything you got to plug? Sure.
Yeah, so my debut studio album, Determination, is out now on all streaming platforms. Make sure to check that out. Add a couple songs to your playlist there. We are planning to shoot some music videos pretty soon here, so stay tuned.
Awesome. And yeah, follow our Lifted Ones account. That's lifted_ones at Instagram. And then follow the blog as well. That's at YYC Hip Hop Daily. And yeah, definitely subscribe and set your notification because this channel is going to have a lot of music, a lot of music related stuff. I'm working on a documentary about the making of the studio, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. Peace out.
Peace.